Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? My name is Andy, and today is March the 12th. And what a fun day on the charts today. I actually, I trade the future, so I rolled over today. So for those of you who do trade futures, now's the time to roll over to the June contract. So, for instance, if you're trading NQ, it would be NQM 2024. If you're doing ESM 2024. All right. Just a couple of announcements here, real quick. Don't forget to follow us and check out information in our description. We're on Discord daily and, talk about charts and just various patterns and things of that nature that has to do with trading. So give us a try on Discord. And we have a really nice special starting this Friday at noon. Anybody who wants to try trading Oracle, sign up and you will get 50% off our silver members. Well, and our silver members can also upgrade to gold, platinum, or platinum plus for 50% for the first 12 months. So anybody that wants to give us a try, we got that nice 50% upgrade for 12 months. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty good bargain. We have a lot of great people on Discord that can help out. So give us a shot, okay? All right, let's hit the charts. Right here, we are looking at the 1 minute chart of NQ. Okay, so let me just kind of zoom in here a little bit. There we go. All right, I like to trade within these gray zones. So that is from 7 a.m. to about 11. I feel that we got some pretty good trades in there. And the little darker area is from 8 to 9:30. The open can be pretty interesting, and whether the market is going to start to go up, and then come down and reverse. All that happens within that time frame, and you can get some really good um, entries coming out and in. So, all right. So what happened here? We had a little bit of news here this morning. So, price right before the news, I think it was a CPI report was coming in. So, all through the London session here, price was just pretty much flat. Reports came out. We had two big rejection wicks right in here. You could have jumped into the long position once this golden signal came in and made some pretty good profit right in here. So I know a lot of people don't like to trade the news, but those that do, and are daring, just kind of curious, what is it that you look at? Do you look at the news or do you look at something on the chart that's making you take that trade? All right. So, well, as price was going up, I like to look for divergence right away. And, you know, here we are, right over here. You see price is moving up, and then down in our oscillators, you can see the negative shift in here. The momentum is starting to decline. So we're going to mark that up. And this is how you guys should practice your charts daily. For those that do like divergences, just practice. So put these little, you can use your trend line tool and draw where you see price making higher highs and the oscillators are making lower highs over here. So you want the opposite. Okay, so I have three oscillators here. I have the ultimate oscillator here. I have the TSI and the TTM squeeze. So on all three, even on this one right here, just kind of shifted down a little bit. And on the TTM squeeze, you get that nice shift. So what I like to do is I like to wait for the trading oracle signal. So I have my sensitivity setting on 176. So depending on what sensitivity level you're comfortable with, you should back test and see how that works out for you. Okay, so 176 is what I have right now. I also like to use 85, and I've used 125 in the past as well. So, give it a try and see what's comfortable for you. So right here, I got this nice bearish candle, moving down, get into that trade, and we just shot straight down on this trade right here. Not so bad, okay? So price came right to this midline, just shot a little bit underneath it right here, but it just kind of stayed right underneath that minor midline is what I call this right here. So leading right into the open. So if you guys took on this trade, this would be a good time to just kind of stop and see what's going to happen here at the open. Okay, so this is what this green vertical bar is. So this larger green candle here is the New York Open, and didn't move much, getting in. So if that didn't move much higher going up, definitely something might be happening to the downside in here. Usually you have a lot of movement in here, but I think price made up its mind already at the beginning. So right away we get a nice slingshot, golden signal right in here, which I really like. And the purple line in here, that is the VWAP. And I have the 200 EMA cloud. And the red line, which is 88 EMA, that is the dominant line, and that's above the red and above the orange and the teal. So this would be a good trade to take on. So with that being said and done, I always like to see if there is a divergence opportunity in here. So the only one that I do see at this point is on the TSI. And here I'll show you. So stretching from right here, kind of shifting up a little bit. That just gives it just enough to take on this trade as a nice little divergence right in here. So once you see the trading oracle signal, you can enter that trade, and from there it is up to you to manage your trade coming down. You need to have a great risk to reward and follow your trading plan on how you're going to manage this trade. So as you can see right here, this horizontal purple line, this is the main pivot point right here. Okay, so price went right down to the major midline, which is the darker dashed green line right here. So I love putting these midlines on here. They work as support and resistance, but always, look to the left too as added confluence to see if there was any sort of market structure to the way left. So let's take a look. Let me just go on. I like to use this little marker over here. There we go. Let me just darken this up a little bit. This orange line, and I'll go to a higher time frame. Maybe I don't need to. All right, well, here we go. Look at that. This is just from yesterday. So you see this really nice zone area right here. Look at that. And that leads into today right in here. So you had a lot of support that was happening yesterday. So price respected that support level today. And this is what gave us that reversal right in there. So not only do we have a midline area confluence right there, but to the left we have a nice area of support And also just right to our immediate left right here, I forgot to mention we had these really nice rejection wicks from the morning news. So, price, taps into that also before it shot back up. But right here too, so price is also respecting what was happening here at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So with that being said and done, there is a nice bullish divergence right in here, and you can see it right off of that TTM squeeze. The setting I have for this is just at 10. So under the inputs, you can change that to 10, and that works out very well. So I don't see anything happening on the ultimate oscillator nor on the TSI, but the TTM squeeze is showing me the pattern that I like to see, and all with the added confluences in here, you can take on this trade, and boy, this trade just took off today. So even if you went up just right to market structure, which was right here at the open, okay, so if you had that marked as one of your zones where you may want to take profit, that went pretty great in there. So we're looking at roughly 70 points, which is $1,400 on one contract. So that would have been a really nice trade, and you could have been done for the day. Even on some of these other ones in here, you would have done very well today. So price just moved pretty smooth throughout the day here. So this is a $1,400 trade on one contract. Trading the NQ, you need a daily margin of $1,000 to do this trade, but I would always add more in there, for any loss or just some drawdown. So price just kind of moseyed on up in here, so you can really see also my EMAs. This was that transitional area right here, and what I mean by that, let me zoom in, is price is moving from short, and now it's making the long transition in here. So the EMAs are going into their positions right in here, and also VWAP and the 200 EMA cloud are underneath. If you didn't get into this trade, this would have been a great opportunity to get in right where the EMAs are fanning out, where you have red, orange, and teal, and you could have gotten in on some really nice opportunities in here. So even if you did get in on, let's say, this bigger bullish candle, going up to the first resistance pivot point, this is over $800 right here, and you can see price went all the way up to the midline of that area there. So we're looking at over $2,300 in here on a move if you stayed all the way through on a single contract in here. So the reward is obviously always the money on here, but I see the reward as entering at the optimum moment. You always have to take an A plus trade setup, and when you see that setup work right in front of you, that's the greater reward, because you're doing something right. The money is just the incentive. So always practice good trading behavior. You just don't want to get into a trade because you're bored, or you see a lot of your friends are just trading. Don't do that. Always get into a trade because you see your A plus setup according to your trading plan, and you're taking on these trades. Okay, so price just really shot up right into this midline. So I always like to look left once again, although I'm not sure if we reached all-time highs over here too, but in case we did, in case we didn't, let me just put another marker here, go to a higher time frame. I just like to see, oh, okay. And it looks like we didn't at this point, but you can clearly see from, even from like a couple days ago, right in here, price is really taken on. We had some support right in here. This is the 10-minute time frame. And then we also had some resistance in here. So that's what it's picking up on, right into this area right there that just leads into what was happening today. So that's why price jumped. So let's go back here. Let's go back to a 2-minute time frame. So you can clearly see right here why price stopped at this level. So not only do we have the confluence of market structure, okay, price went right up to this major midline. So, and that I call that a major midline because it is half the distance from one pivot point to the other. That's half. So price went right to that. And what do we see right in here too? We see a really nice bearish divergence that was forming right in here. Okay, so man, price was like so good today. And you see that, and then you can see the oscillators just making that shift to the downside right here too. Is that negative momentum pushing, coming down in here. Okay, so the one thing that you need to look out is, all right, a lot of times when you do see this pullback in here and then price goes above this little peak right here to form that bearish divergence, and as price is coming down, please be aware that there's a good chance that there's going to be a pullback on this side. Okay, and when that happens, this becomes a really nice head and shoulders, which is a powerful reversal pattern as well. So let me just change that to a different color. If it changed, let's see here. There we go. You can see that. So this is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder right here. So, and then that's the neckline that, price cuts into, and you can, take your trade going down. So once again, another powerful move to the downside. And where did that lead us today? Look at that. Went right back to this major midline in here. We also had VWAP and the 200 EMA cloud. So the cycle begins, okay? The trend is, if you really dissect the trend, you really want to cut it up into three, really. You have your entry strategy, and then in the middle, this is what's happening during the trade. This is the meat of the trade. This is what we want. This is where the money is at. And then you have your exit strategy. What do you see when you exit? And then the cycle begins all over again. Then this becomes, your entry strategy. What do you see in here? And then, you plan as the trade goes ahead, and you try to mark up certain areas. You look to the left for certain market structure areas on where you may want to exit, okay? But right here is another beautiful bullish divergence. Guys, man, I'm not making this up. Look at this. These things, these divergences are on these charts every day. You're going to see the same patterns daily, okay? So if you're interested in this sort of trading, I know there's various trading methods out there. I'm not saying this is like the best, but this works for me, okay? But if this is something that you want to learn, come into our Discord. We have quite a few members who are divergence traders and are doing very well, and we can you know talk about the charts daily and have a great time doing it. Okay, so look at that. All three, we have confirmation from all three of our oscillators. Now, I only need to see it on one oscillator, so I don't really mind, seeing it, even on two or even on all three. But all it takes is just one to get me to go into the trade. So once I see that, I just wait for the trading oracle signal and I get into the trade. And look at that. Once again, this goes right into that transitional area of the EMAs where price is shifting from long, and then here just kind of made this really nice dip right in here. It was transitioning to a short, but that just stopped, and then it went right back to the long again over here. So, and you can really see these EMAs fanning out. So here is like my perfect sequence. And that is, you got VWAP, you got the cloud, you have red, orange, and teal. Okay, so once you see this transitional stage right here, you price 9 out of 10 times was going to have a pullback. It either touches the EMAs in here or is really close, but you're going to get this pullback and you can enter your trade right after that. And look at that. This thing just shot straight up right in there. So if you were taking a trade from here up to there, that's almost $1,000. I think that's about $980. But even if you went to 50 points, 50 points is $1,000 on the NQ here. Is $20 a point. So, and look at that, it just stayed up for the rest of the day here. You had another opportunity right in here to move up a little bit, but price did really good today. So that's what's happening on NQ. Okay, so let's just check oil real fast. Recently I've just had an interest in oil futures right in here. I gotta check it out, because it's CLJ. J is like an April month for the expiration date on here. So I have to really take a look to see. I know when I put CLM on here, my candles look very weird, but when I left it to the CLJ, everything looked it looked normal to me at least. Okay, so once again, right in here, you can see this nice transitional area as I was telling you about. So this is what I call this is the pullback sequence strategy, the PSS. And then I'll probably do another video on that. This is a nice little strategy you guys can follow too. You can just wait until price goes into that transitional area. You get that nice pullback and you enter your trade, and you can get some pretty good points in here too. Okay, so but look at this, man. This is so smooth. I mean, oil is just really smooth. Look at that. The EMAs are evenly spaced. This thing is going down. We have our beautiful sequence right in here. It's VWAP, the cloud, red, orange, and teal. You catch one of these nice signals, you can just take that down. But, I like to always throw in a divergence confluence in there, just for added confidence. Look at that. We have a nice bearish divergence here, and the ultimate oscillator, you can see that doing the opposite. The shift is moving down, and same thing with the TSI, although the TSI we have equal highs, which still counts, and on the TTM squeeze you can see that shift going down. So look at that, and then you just wait for your trading oracle signal, and look at that, it's just beautiful. Now right here I just have the major midline, So let's draw in that minor midline, okay? As a matter of fact, this was probably from the day before. So I'm going to delete this. And let's draw in some midlines. I want to show that. And, I know in our Discord it's been some questions about how we do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my trend line tool and I'm going to go from one of these horizontal pivot points. And if you hold your shift key down, it keeps it straight right to the other one. Okay, so I'm going to add a center point to this trend line. And for that, you just go into your settings on trend line and under the style, just click the box, middle point. Hit OK, and now you have this little center point right there. Okay, so next I'm going to grab the horizontal ray and just drop that in there. Okay, so you can color code these however you'd like. Me, I already made little templates for my line thicknesses, the dash thicknesses. So this one is it's in the green section here. So we're going to use the midline green thick, okay? And look at that. I just happened to drop it right at the middle of the midpoint of this vertical line. So that's how you would draw that. And then I use this little locking tool and it locks in. So now it can't shift. Okay, so if I want to draw a minor midline, okay, I can use the same vertical, just move it to this spot here. So now we're taking half of that distance and we're going to use the horizontal ray once again. Let me see if I got it in here. And this is, we want to get the green, the thin line. There we go. Just not quite there, but it's all right. Okay, that's good enough right there. And I'm going to lock it in place, and there we go. So that's how you can draw your midlines. Now, I'm just using a standard pivot point right from TradingView. It's a free indicator. You just change colors of your pivot points however you want to color code them. But the important thing is when I do draw these in here, price is attracted to it. So you can clearly see right in here as price is coming down, it just kind of went right between the major midline and a minor midline right in here. So once again, if you go way to the left, there's probably some market structure, which you can clearly see right here from the day before. And this is why price stopped where it did. And actually, if you run this all the way across, look at that. So this is a nice key level just kind of going through yesterday, and today it's respecting that level. So this is why price stopped right in here. So from here, I still like to find a divergence right in here so we can clearly see a nice bullish divergence right from the TSI right in there. Okay, and you can also see it too on the TTM squeeze right there. You can see the shift moving up. So right through here, if you got in right here, this is just kind of tight. You would have probably gotten some points in here, but you're very close to the open and anything can happen at the open, especially if you have VWAP on top with the 200 EMA and that nice color sequence pushing things down. So this is why price didn't push. It just kind of stayed neutral to this to the open and just slightly went down a little bit. So reason price stopped right over here is if you look left, we've got this nice wick here and here, and it made a really nice market structure right in here. So price is just testing this zone, bounces right off of there and just takes off. So even right here, I do spot a nice hidden bullish divergence. Those are continuation divergences, okay? And those are always really nice to take because those follow the trend, okay? So this is it. This is where I see it right in here. Okay, so this is doing the opposite here a little bit, and we're having our higher high here on our candles. And look at this, and then price just takes off once again. This is just kind of mimics the NQ, which we were looking at right here. So overall, today was a really great day. You know, um, you know, look at this. As price went up, you can just look right to the left, right in here. This is always good, and I'm hoping you guys really mark your charts before you start trading. Mark your levels in here, because look at that. You get nice market structure in here, and this can really, up your game in here as price is moving closer to this zone area. You can take that as an exit, if you plan your strategy properly. So and then from here, this was also a really nice divergence right into here. You can clearly see it. Price is moving up right here, and on the oscillator you can see the shift moving down, and also on the TTM squeeze the shift is moving down, and then we get right into the red areas of the TTM squeeze here. So I think this is a good area to stop. Once again, I thank you for joining me tonight. If you need to reach out, information is in the description below. Come take a look at our Discord server, and we'll have a great time in there. Just great bunch of people and taking their trades, and we like to show our charts daily. So I hope everybody joins us. All right, take care and have a good night.